Let's pay homage to the Blessed One, Supremely Enlightened Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. Let's pay homage to our teacher, Luk Swami Nohanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So this is the Paṭhamaanāthapiṇḍikasutta from the Samyutta Nikaya. And you can see here, household Anathapindika was sick, suffering, gravely ill, right? And so he wanted to see Venerable Sariputta, the Arahant Sariputta Bhante. So one of his friends went to invite Arahant Sariputta Bhante. And so Sariputta Bhante accepted the invitation to visit Anathapindika, the householder, and Bhante came with Ananda Thero, right? And asked how he was doing, whether his sickness was growing or fading, right? And then Arahant Sariputta Thero taught him the Dhamma. Do you remember? There is this ordinary person. Bhante said there is this ordinary unlearned person who doesn't know about the Four Noble Truths, who has not gone for refuge of the Triple Gem, and so he doesn't know about this samsara. He doesn't have this faith and confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha, and that becomes a cause for him to be born in a plane of misery. And remember, we learned the benefit of having confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha, how that confidence support beings to avoid doing evil things, right? That confidence is the thing that gives strength for the people to avoid unwholesome things and to cultivate wholesome qualities. So that is why noble disciples avoid making bad karma, and so that helps them to escape from bad destinations, from painful rebirth. But unfortunately, ordinary person doesn't have that confidence in the Buddha, and then the ordinary person doesn't have confidence in the teaching, which is the Dhamma, right? And also they don't have confidence in the community of monks. So, but Sariputta Bhante again taught the Dhamma to Anathapindika, the householder, saying, you are very fortunate. Why? Because you have unwavering, unshakable confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha, enlightenment of the Dhamma of the enlightened one, and the community of the monks. You have that confidence, and because of that confidence, you will be reborn in a happier destination. Seeing in yourself that experiential confidence in the teaching, that pain may die down on the spot. And that's a benefit you experience in this very life. And after death, you will be born in a happier destination. And also one more thing, right? You don't have that unethical conduct that causes an unlearned ordinary person to be reborn in a bad place, in hell, right? Your ethical conducts, that means precepts, 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, right? That your virtuous conduct, these precepts that are loved by the noble ones, appreciated by the Buddhas, appreciated by the enlightened monks and nuns, and you have these unbroken precepts. If you keep 5 precepts, none of them are broken, right? And you have all the precepts very fresh. So you have abstained from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and taking intoxicants. So these spotless precepts praised by the wise people, right? And these precepts leading to samadhi, concentration, good meditation. That is how you keep your precepts. And these are the all benefits, right, of keeping precepts. And when you reflect on these precepts in yourself, that you are keeping these precepts well, you are following them well, you don't think about past mistakes, but you think that now I am a virtuous person. I have observed 5 precepts. and I am a virtuous person now. I am following the Buddha's path. When you think like that, this relief will come to you. The pain may die down on the spot. That was the teaching in this sutta given by the Arahant Sariputta Thero. And then Sariputta Bhante teaches more factors that ordinary person lacks in his life, right? So, okay, if we make a note here. So let's say ordinary person doesn't have, but the noble disciple has. And all these qualities help them to, according to this sutta, gain happiness in this very life, right? When you reflect on them, a peace will come to your mind, and you feel like you have used this human life in a very insightful way, and your life is secured. You don't need to have any fear of regret or remorse. So you feel lots of inner peace inside. So because of these factors, and then also you know that these factors will lead to a happier rebirth in your life. These factors are the things that lead you to a happier rebirth, nothing else. It's not your wish, it's not your prayers, it's not something external, it's your own good qualities, noble qualities that will protect you. So those are the benefits. And also these same qualities will help you to attain stages of enlightenment. So those are the beautiful benefits of all these factors. And there are so many other benefits, and these qualities in your life will not harm you anyway. And these qualities will not harm somebody else. In other words, these qualities are beneficial for you and beneficial for others. No harm for anybody. So what are these qualities? First one? What kind of confidence? So let's go to the Pali, okay? First one, Buddhe avecca pasado. If you need Pali, you can get it from the screen, and I'm going to write the meaning. Unshakable confidence in the Buddha. Okay. What is the second factor that gives you so many benefits? Unshakable confidence in the Dhamma. Unshakable confidence in the Dhamma. Teachings of the Buddha. Do you have to spend money to collect these qualities? Huh? No, that's very important, because people spend lots of money to collect happy factors to their life, but unfortunately they are kind of temporary, and sometimes they don't guarantee happiness. But these factors guarantee happiness in this life, guaranteed by the Buddha, not an ordinary person, guaranteed by an enlightened teacher. Isn't that amazing? These benefits in this very life guaranteed by the Buddha. These benefits after death guaranteed by the Buddha. And you will see in the end of the sutta, these factors definitely guarantee the stages of enlightenment. And one of the lay disciples already experienced it before his death. How these factors led him to attain stages of enlightenment. So you don't need to spend money to have these qualities, invaluable qualities, but you have to associate 4 factors in your life in order to get these. The first one is association of noble friends, Dhamma friends. So, and then listening to the true Dhamma, pure teachings of the Buddha. And the third one is wise consideration, reflecting on the teachings. And the fourth one is practicing the path. Okay, so with the help of those 4 factors, you are going to gain these. Number 3 is unshakable confidence in the Sangha. We can see here Pali. First one is Buddhe aveccappasado, and second one is Dhamme aveccappasado, and the and the third one is Sanghe aveccappasado. Aveccappasada means it has a very profound meaning. It is not the temporary happiness about the triple gem, temporarily confidence or pleasant mind about them. It's a very profound meaning. Unshakable means it comes from true understanding of the Four Noble Truths, the pure understanding of the Four Noble Truths, right? Not necessarily a very deep understanding, but an initial understanding of the Four Noble Truths, but that has that understanding has helped you to place this unshakable confidence in the Buddha's enlightenment, the Dhamma and the Sangha. So that means you will not look for any other salvation or solution in your life. You have realized this is the path, and you will have confidence that whatever I want to know about ending suffering, all that is understood by the Buddha, realized by the Buddha, taught by the Buddha. So I don't need to look somewhere else. Everything is in this Dhamma. So that's unshakable confidence. And it's not for a limited time period, it's for the rest of your life. This confidence, another significance of this confidence is for the rest of your life. Not only for the rest of this life, rest of your entire samsaric journey. This confidence is not going to change. So isn't that profound? That's a profound one. And it's not easy to gain this kind of confidence. It's not easy to gain that kind of confidence. You definitely need to use your wisdom by reflecting these teachings, by understanding things to some extent. Dhamma, by understanding the Dhamma to some extent, you need that understanding. So that's why it is difficult. It is difficult to find the noble friends, Dhamma friends. It's difficult to get the opportunity to listen to the pure Dhamma. It's difficult to use the insight into the Dhamma. It's difficult to make an effort of understanding the true meaning of the Dhamma. That is why this confidence is difficult.
When you say confidence in Buddha, or say I have confidence, so what happens to my body, mind, and speech within myself or oneself?
The body and speech, the bodily actions and verbal actions. In other words, they become like restrained. Your bodily actions and verbal actions definitely become restrained. That means you make a deliberate effort to avoid unwholesome bodily actions and verbal actions. Basically, that means you keep 5 precepts very mindfully. And then not only the 5 precepts, and then it expands to the mental purification gradually. Like now you are aware of your angry thoughts, greedy thoughts, and all the other negative thoughts. You're going to control them. You're going to weaken them, because that's a part of the outcome of having the unshakable confidence in the triple gem. And how powerful that restraint is, that Buddha explains, when somebody gains this unshakable confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha, the teachings and the Sangha, that person's karma, the bad karma that would otherwise ripen in hell, animal world and ghost world, that part is deleted. And Buddha teaches apayagami rago pahino. Any desires that would lead to make bad karma based on actions with desire, that part of the desire is destroyed, is ended. And any part of the hatred that would lead you to accumulate bad karma, that part of hatred is deleted. Apayagami doso pahin. And then any kind of we have delusion, but this level of delusion, initial level of the delusion, or the gross level of delusion, the major part of the delusion that would lead to the bad karma is gone, is deleted. That's the power of this confidence. Apayagami moho pahin. Okay, so the person is not yet enlightened. And you can say that person has already attained the first stage of enlightenment, not the second, not the third, not the fourth. Just the beginning, the first stage of enlightenment, but still this dangerous level of desire, dangerous level of hatred, and dangerous level of delusion are no longer in that person's heart. And what is the reason? This confidence. This confidence in the Triple Gem has taught beautiful things to that person, and has practiced lots of restraint of bodily actions, verbal actions, mental actions already. Okay. So there are three things in that fortunate person's life so far. And then the fifth one, Arahant Sariputta Bhante teaches, Yatarupayako Gahapati Micha Ditthiya Samannagato Asutva Putujjano. Okay, so then another negative quality, unwholesome quality of this ordinary person, which will eventually lead this person to a painful rebirth, is the Micha Ditti. Micha Ditti. So this is the Pali word. Micha Ditti. Wrong view. Not only one, there can be different or various wrong opinions about life, about the world, about things. Some of the examples. There is permanent life after death, as Buddha realized. It is called Uchcheda Ditti. You see that same word Ditti comes? Uchcheda Ditti means somebody has this view, somebody holds this view that there is a permanent life, forever life, eternal life after death. That's the wrong view, according to Buddha's realization. Another wrong view is that Sassata Ditti. So, no, that is the Sassata Ditti. There is a permanent life after death. And then another one is Uchcheda Ditti. Uchcheda Ditti means nothing exists after death. With that view, one can do lots of bad things, evil things, because you don't have fear of rebirth. Right? You think, okay, this is with my death, the life will come to an end, no rebirth, nothing. So I can live whatever way I like. Oh, many people hold that way in the world. No need to think about after death, after life. If you want to reach, you can do anything. You can kill, you can harm others, you can cheat others, because no karma, nothing, no rebirth. Do you understand the danger of the wrong view? And that wrong view itself is creating bad karma. But it doesn't stop there. Based on wrong view, lots of wrong bodily actions, wrong verbal actions, and wrong mental actions are practiced. And more bad karma is accumulated. But Sariputta Bhante explains to household Anathapindika, you are very fortunate because you don't have Michaditti, you don't have wrong view. And actually there are other examples for wrong view. Somebody doesn't believe in karma, somebody doesn't believe that there is a result of giving and sharing, helping people. You don't make any good karma, there is no merit, and then there is no hell, such a world doesn't exist, so you don't need to have any fear of falling into hell because such a world doesn't exist. Or there is no heaven doesn't exist, there are no gods or goddesses, they are just stories. Those are wrong views, right? So
Nobody special like mother, father.
yeah, mother and father are not special people, everybody is equal. Another wrong view. But this layperson, lay disciple of the Buddha, Anathapindika, he has Sammaditthi instead. Sammaditthi. That's the fourth. No, fourth one is virtue. Virtue. And the fifth one is the right view. This is right view. Okay, can you see? In Pali, Sammaditthi. Okay, I highlighted here. So if you need Pali. Okay, Sammaditthi. Even though it is one word, for somebody to gain some right view, one has to have so many factors in the mind. It's a mental thing. Right view is a mental thing. It's a manokamma. It's a mental action. So that means if you don't believe, if you don't hold this wrong view that there is a permanent life after death, then you should have understood the dependent origination, how this life continues with the supporting factors. Also, if you don't want to hold this wrong view of Uchedaditti, that nothing exists after death, again you need to understand the dependent origination, how rebirth happens, how this individual, the doer of action, is responsible for the actions. You cannot say, okay, I don't know about next life, and so I am not responsible what I did here. I'm not going to carry that with me to the next life. We cannot say like that. If we understand the dependent origination, how causes and effects are linked together, and then we understand we are responsible for our actions. So whatever we do, good or bad, we will be the heir to our the result. And you have a good understanding about the wholesome qualities and unwholesome qualities, which is part of your right view. And you understand the karma and result of giving, generosity, volunteering, helping others, keeping precepts, practicing meditation. You always make good karma, and that's part of your right view. And a world called hell exists, a world called heaven exists, and if you hold that view, that is your right view. And there are these special people called one's mother and father, and they should be treated respectfully with a kind mind. and that way you make good karma. Basically, you have to be careful how you talk to them, how you do things against them or whatever, because you are going to make powerful bad karma. So that understanding is part of your right view. So that means you think parents are special. It's not like your friends; they are special. And with that understanding, you know that you need to take care of them for as long as your life lasts. So, and it's your responsibility. All these things come with the right view. And there are these Buddhas, enlightened ones, who understand this world and the next world with their direct knowledge and reveals to the world. And you think Buddhas exists, right? From time to time, very rarely Buddhas appear in this world. That's also part of your right view. And then the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, knowledge of suffering, knowledge of the cause of suffering, knowledge of the end of suffering, which is Nibbana, freedom from suffering, and knowledge of the path, Noble Eightfold Path, which is also Sammaditthi, right view. So now you understand how this right view comes about. It will not come just by being a born Buddhist, right? Like just by being born into a Buddhist family, it helps, but you should not stop there. You need to learn, you need to study these teachings, you need to hold the right view. Otherwise, you may be a born Buddhist but holding so many wrong views. Possible or impossible? Possible, because you need Dhamma knowledge.
But among the four floods, one of them is flood of views. That's also the same as wrong.
Ditthi yoga. Yeah.
The same as wrong view.
Yeah, the same. Ditthi yoga. Ditthi. So Anathapindika, the fortunate householder, he had right view. So he doesn't have any fear of falling, of making bad karma and falling into a plane of misery. Another one, Miccha Sankappa. Miccha Sankappa. What is that word? Miccha Sankappa. So ordinary person has Miccha Sankappa. What is Miccha Sankappa? So Vyapada, thoughts of Vyapada means angry thoughts, thoughts of hatred. Ordinary person holds these thoughts, and he is the one who is thinking of taking others' lives with this angry mind, shooting others, stabbing others, killing others. Angry thoughts lead to those actions. Stealing others' belongings with that angry mind, right? Harming others. That's because of Miccha Sankappa. Wrong thoughts. See, wrong thoughts. And then thoughts of cruelty. Vihimsa Sankappa. Another example. Buddha teaches thoughts of cruelty. That you wish harm and danger for others. Okay, may this bad thing happen to that person. Those are the thoughts of ordinary people, not the noble disciples. So, thoughts of anger, thoughts of cruelty, and the next one is Kama Sankappa. Kama Sankappa means this ordinary person is having lots of excessive greedy thoughts, thoughts connected with worldly desires about visual objects, sounds, smells, tastes, and tangibles. His mind is overcome with these greedy, lustful, these thoughts. But with that confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha and with the confidence in the teachings, this noble disciple of the Buddha has changed his habitual thinking pattern. How? He has Samma Sankappo. Now, Sariputta Bhante teaches to Anathapindika, the householder, layperson, Gahapati, householder, you are very fortunate. By coming to this Dhamma, you have changed your habitual thinking pattern. Even for the people who hate you, you don't hate. You forgive. You are cultivating these thoughts of forgiveness, thoughts of loving kindness, thoughts of compassion. Avyapada Sankappa, thoughts of, okay, meaning of Samma Sankappa means, so this is the sixth one, right? Right thoughts. Right thoughts. So, right thoughts means thoughts of loving kindness and compassion. Avihimsa Sankappa, thoughts of non-harming others. Karuna. Even for the people who are unfair to you, who have hurt you, you have these feelings of compassion. So it's a big difference in their hearts. You forgive them. You don't want to take revenge. That is how we are going to escape from this bad destination, and that is the path to attain enlightenment. And then Nekkhamma Sankappo, thoughts of detachment, thoughts of renunciation, thoughts of generosity, thoughts of giving and sharing, thoughts of volunteering. And if it goes deeper, like the aspect of vipassana, thoughts of the impermanence, non-self, and suffering of all conditioned things, also a part of Nekkhamma Sankappa. So different kinds of thoughts, right? If everybody in this world has Samma Sankappa, nobody will kill others. Nobody will steal others' belongings. Nobody will destroy others' lives. Nobody will cheat others. Because everybody has these beautiful thoughts, noble thoughts of compassion, forgiveness, generosity. But unfortunately, very few people get to practice these thoughts, and that's why we see lots of fighting, killing, stealing, rape cases, sexual misconduct, broken families, lots of tears, lots of suffering in the world. It's not because they don't know about this. They don't know the path to true happiness. Buddha teaches the path to true happiness is not killing, it's not stealing, it's not cheating, it's not harming others. The path to true happiness is having these noble thoughts. Even though some people think that temporarily this is the path to happiness, and they think doing evil things is the path to happiness, even though they think so temporarily, eventually Buddha teaches people who do those evil things eventually feel regret. Yeah, that's the danger. And everything will come at the time of death. And it will not stop there. The results will not stop there. The consequences will not stop there. They will go to the next life, the consequences, and have to suffer. And that is what is explained here. Because of Miccha Sankappa here, Sariputta Bhante explained, Miccha Sankappena Samannāgato Asutva Putujjano Kāyassa Bheda Parammarana Apayan Duggatin Vinipātaṃ Nirayang Upajjati. They will be reborn in hell. It's because of their evil thoughts. Regardless of the religion they follow. It's not the religion, it's the evil thoughts. That matters. Evil thoughts plus evil actions guided by evil thoughts, right? And then number 7. Yatharupayako gahapati michcha vachaya samannagata. Here, the 7th one. Michcha vacha. Michcha vacha. How do you read it? This one? Can you read?
Yes.
Michcha vacha. So another bad karma thing you can say is wrong speech. Wrong speech. And Buddha explains wrong speech means lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, and gossip. Michcha vacha. All the words that are talked in the world can be categorized into these 4. Like all the bad words. Lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, gossip. And Buddha explains the meaning of each type of words. What is the meaning of lying? What is the meaning of divisive speech? What is the meaning of harsh speech? What is the meaning of gossip? Buddha gives a very elaborated meaning in this discourses. So what happens if we use our mouth to speak these words? Most likely we will not have words next life. We will be born as beings who cannot talk. So much pain. But Sariputta Bhanda explains, Anathapindika Gahapati, you don't have that danger, you have Samma Vacha. Right speech. Not wrong speech, right speech. What is the Pali word? Samma Vacha, right speech. So this is an entire path, right? Needs lots of effort, lots of mindfulness, lots of awareness, right? To follow this path. Right speech. Okay, right speech, Buddha explains speaking the truth, avoiding lying. Right speech. Speaking the words that promote friendships, not breaking friendships, and avoiding the words that break friendships. Third one, speaking pleasant words, pleasing to the ears of others, the words that lead to peace in others, harmony in others, knowledge in others, lead to the knowledge. You give knowledge with words. You teach the Dhamma, you teach the Vinaya, discipline. And then avoiding harsh speech. The fourth one is speak beneficial words and avoiding gossip. You know gossip, right? No need to explain. But next time you can be mindful. These are the words I need to avoid if I need words next life. This is a good lesson. So right speech. So that means we have to practice lots of silence in our life. Silence is better than wrong speech. If you cannot practice right speech, silence is better. But we need to understand right speech means it's not all about silence. There are so many beautiful words we can speak, as I said before, right? Reliable words, words that promote friendships, sharing the Dhamma, words of Dhamma, encouraging others to keep precepts, to practice wholesome qualities, all done by words. Spreading good things, sharing merit with others, appreciating others' good actions, all done by words. And giving strength to others, right? Giving some spiritual guidance and relief to ease their pain. So many good things you can do with words. And there are people who use their words for the benefit of the world. And they make powerful good karma. Any questions? So far, anybody who likes to ask questions?
One day I have a quick one. Quick question.
Hold on, Harry. We have a question from the in-person class, and I will come back to you. Okay. Yes, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so like asking a family member or friend like recently living situation, is that kind of concept?
No, like asking questions and day-to-day about day-to-day responsibilities and important things. That's not necessarily gossip, but speaking unnecessary things for fun or whatever, for hours and hours, wasting your time and wasting others' time. You know what I mean?
So getting some updates about
But you have to understand the limits, and if you exceed the limits, you will understand it falls into the category of gossip. Like we also ask people how you are doing, and are you doing okay? How is your parents? That doesn't gossip. Doesn't mean gossip, right? Okay, Harry.
Oh, but I'm just asking about the wrong thoughts. Some people put curses on another person. Now
Right.
the curse, they actually course through, let's say, another venue like black magic. And why is it? So my question is, why is it there are forces that are helping this person do curses like this? So
Oh, you mean that the curses sometimes work?
yes, they did. So yeah, it actually happened. So and then the other
But
person became a victim.
no,
Yes.
you can change the questions. You can. We don't need to ask why. How is it successful? Their curse. We need to ask the question: Is it a good thing?
It's definitely not.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's the part we need to discuss. So, yeah,
Just wondering,
I'll
but
show you
because
something. If you read Paṭhamaanāthapiṇḍikasutta, the results of cursing others with a hateful mind. The way they cursed others have come back to them in their future life in the ghost world. Sometimes they cursed, there was this person, I think that was a mother, and she was very angry at her son, who was a very generous person and who gave things to monks and other people who practice giving and sharing. The mother was very greedy and jealous, and she didn't like it, and she kept telling her son not to do it. But he kept giving things to others. And then the mother one day, she got very angry and she made a curse. And she said, okay, if you don't listen to me and if you still give things to others, may all the things you give to others come back to you as blood.
Oh,
That's a curse. So then what happened was this mother took rebirth after death in the ghost world, and she's very hungry. Whenever she wants to eat something and she touches that food and it becomes blood.
mhm.
So that's the danger. Okay, so it comes back to the person in a very dangerous way. Never do it, okay, Harry?
Yes, yes, but of course. But because I see and I see there are stories, not stories, but they're really happening, especially in Asia.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
people do those things to avoid some difficult situations in their life. And there was these two wives of the same husband that was legal at that time in India. So then one wife didn't have babies. So then this other wife was pregnant, and then the attention of all the relatives and the family members went to that new wife. She was now pregnant, and then this first wife was so jealous, and she's going to lose everything now in the family. And so she gave poison to kill the baby. And then what happened was the mother and the baby, both of them were dying. And then the everybody suspected, right? And they thought this is the work of this first wife. And people asked, the family members asked her, you are the one who did this, evil one, right? And then she said, no, I didn't do this. That was a lie. And also she said, if I did this, may I eat my own babies in future lives. She said that to prove others that she made such a big, such a powerful claim that she didn't do it. And she wanted to avoid all the criticism and insults coming from the family. She just wanted to avoid that. And others would think, oh, she said like this, that means she hasn't done this. Otherwise, how could she say such a serious thing? And okay, then everybody, like others might thought, okay, then she didn't do it, somebody else did it. But then the mother and the baby passed away. And then this first wife was very remorseful, and she didn't have any peace in her mind for the rest of her life. And then after death, she took rebirth in a ghost world, and as a ghost, as a female ghost, she gives birth to babies. And one day Arahant Moggallana Thero saw this ghost with blood everywhere, oozing blood from the mouth and everywhere. And one day question, what is happening? Like, is so smelly and flies everywhere, your pain is great and blood is everywhere. And she said, this is what happened. And now I give birth to 5 babies in the morning, I eat all of them. I give birth to 5 babies in the evening, I eat all of them. This is the action, my own action. This is the result of my own action, so, not somebody else's action. From what she made the karma with words. Yes.
But coming back to right speech,
Right.
praise is right speech. Right? That is genuine praise for something. Assume
Like wish is a wish. Is a
Praising.
Praising.
Oh.
Praising.
Praising.
Complimenting.
Yeah, praising somebody's good actions.
It's a good.
Yeah, that's a part of appreciation.
But if you have, let's say you have two children, one child did something very well and you praise that child. Doesn't it create in the second child, who is in the same room right next to her, does that create jealousy maybe?
But use your wisdom.
So,
Use your wisdom. In any situation, you have to use your wisdom.
so don't be judgmental. Avoid praising.
If being judgmental in a situation is negative and create unwholesome qualities and it's not beneficial for you and other people, then it's not wholesome. We have to use wisdom. Tom, please ask your question.
Thank you, Bhante, for the wonderful talk. I had a question related to the woman who attempted to poison the baby,
Right.
and her feelings of jealousy of the woman that was able to have the baby and was taking her position in the family. And clearly not taking action against someone is the first step. But I wondered, she could have saved herself so much grief as a ghost if she had just not done the things that she did. But I wondered, what can people that are struggling, or what could she have done as she struggled with her feelings of jealousy for the other person? What could she have done? You mentioned wisdom.
Yeah.
I wonder if could you elaborate perhaps?
Very good. That's a very good question. That definitely finding answers for that question helps the society, helps many people, because it's, even though we learned that story took place like 2,600 years ago, and it's recorded in the stories of ghosts, the Paṭhamaanāthapiṇḍikasutta, the Sutta Pitaka book. You can read that, but there is no difference in the the present society, right? Like same problems we are experiencing here, and same kind of mental pain, problems in families. Yeah. So how could she act differently? She could have thought, maybe I don't have babies and I don't have that opportunity to give birth. Maybe it is my previous bad karma. Maybe I have done something evil in my past lives, and I have to go through this. This is painful, but I am finishing off my karma by going through this, because karma is also not permanent, right? She can think like that instead of getting angry and being jealous at other mothers who give birth. And also she can think, maybe this other wife, she has more good karma than me. She has made good karma to have babies. So I should not be jealous at her. I should rejoice in her good karma. I should help her to become a mother. And that will, in turn, give good karma to me. So I also will be a mother one day and give birth. Like that, you need to think wisely. And also you can think, in my past lives, I have practiced these kinds of evil thoughts, like being jealous, greedy for possessions, and anger. And now I am experiencing the result of that already. So I don't want to create more bad karma. I want to stop this habitual thinking pattern of being jealous, being greedy, being angry. So let me support her. Let me rejoice in her good karma. Isn't that a wholesome way, Tom?
Yes, makes perfect sense.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Just thinking about the two words, the word unshakable and the
Right. Similarities between two words. I guess they're two separate Pali words.
Right. Two separate Pali words.
Is the word unshakable, is that used often in the Dhammas?
Yeah. Yeah. The Pali word is for this unshakable is aveccha. Aveccha. That's the unshakable. And the right, this right, Pali word is samma.
Is that a good translation, you think, for shakable? Is there other translations that sometimes maybe?
Different translations for aveccha, unshakable, unwavering, experiential. Those are the kind of main translations. Unshakable, unwavering, experiential.
I was thinking you could also say right confidence, right confidence, right confidence. Right confidence.
But then you don't have for samma. That's why you keep right for this. You keep unshakable for this.
What other sort of contexts do you see the word?
Yeah, so in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, in the Sangha, basically in those three cases. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, so that's part of confidence. The Shraddha is translated as confidence sometimes or as faith. Any other questions? So how many factors so far we learned in Anathapindika's life?
3.
Huh? 7. Number 1, can you please read?
Unshakable confidence in God. Unshakable confidence in God. Unshakable confidence in the Sangha. Virtue. Thoughts. Like speech.
Good. How many more to come?
5 more.
More than that. So it's not easy. It's a difficult journey.